This Stop Being an Hate video focuses on a hate crime that happened back in 2015, and the victim was Daniel Dae Kim's sister. So you've definitely heard about the Korean American actor Daniel Dae Kim. He's Korean. He's American now. He's very famous in the acting industry, and he's also a member of the Asian American Pacific Islanders activist group supporting Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. In the recent interview with People magazine, Daniel Dae Kim talked about how his sister Connie was targeted and attacked by a driver while she was out on her daily run. So the driver apparently had screamed at her, telling her, "Get off the way!" And so Connie did move aside and out of the way, And the driver, he deliberately proceeded to hit her twice. Though he hit her with his car, and which ended up with Connie being knocked down on the ground. And Daniel mentions how this man specifically targeted her because of her race and tried to run her over with his car repeatedly. Because of the injuries sustained in attack, she is not able to run anymore. So, how the law officials see it, they are saying it's not a hate crime, and they are saying it's a reckless driving misdemeanor. Although it is a hate crime because it is a race, his Daniel Dae Kim's sister is also Korean American and also an Asian descent, and there are people out there in North America who Canada and USA who there's some people who think Asians do not belong in North America because so technically if you are not white or black, they think, oh, you don't belong here, and go back to China, or making these racist remarks, or they're making the eye thingy. They're making fun of us for I think, which is also a racist remark. Making fun of us for speaking a different languages, what we eat, or our differences, and purposely mistaking us for another country person in Asia. That's also a trigger thing. North Americans, they purposely do that, and and also there's that racist C word. Some people love to drop on us, which is a racist to Chinese and Korean people, and and people including me and Korean DJ and guitarist who works out and produces stuff and resides in Montreal. Davin Lee, he has been a victim of that certain C word. And also and if you're Korean, some people will do this. Which Korea are you from? Even though you can't become from North Korea because that's theoretically not possible, and yeah. And yeah, there's a lot of people who love to. So Connie, she wanted to be like her. She had the passion for running, and yeah, she could have been maybe like in a running sport or stuff like that. But because of that incident, she can't. So what they what they eventually found out was that man who had attacked Connie with his car has a record of previous allegations of violence toward other Asian women. So yeah, she was not the first one. So Connie has said some helpful words, thanking her brother for for the feeling of stability and security that is invaluable, and because he supports her, and as a sibling, and and Daniel Dae Kim, he is a active voice in condemning anti-Asian hate crimes, and even more during the coronavirus pandemic, and since more hate crimes are happening against Asians since the coronavirus pandemic happened starting March, and so this year in March, days after six Asian women were killed by a gunman in Atlanta, he appeared in Capitol Hill to urge the Congress to pass the No Hate Bill and COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act. While speaking to the subcommittee on Constitution, Civil Rights, and Civil Liberties, he had said, "I'm not naive enough to think that I'm going to convince all of you to stand up for us, but I am speaking to those whom humanity still matters." And yeah, and I'm glad that he's speaking out for other Asians who didn't have the guts to speak out, because some people are afraid to speak to the police because most of the time, police, they don't really help, and yeah. So unlike the help white and black people get help from the police. Yeah, Asians. Yeah, we have a there's a lower percentage of people and Chinese Canadian support group in Toronto and Vaughan. Yeah, they have mentioned that not many people are like turning to the police because they won't really help, and they choose to stay silent about it, and they're very nervous about it, and I can see why. And usually the people who are targeting Asians, they're the ones who are usually warning, and we need to end this kind of bad stuff, and so on that day back in 2015, Daniel also commented how the police captain who described us the suspect of who apparently was having a very bad day, reminded him of how police also tried to minimize the attack on his sister Connie. So Daniel Dae Kim has also joined another actor, Daniel Wu, and helping to find a suspect who assaulted a 91-year-old man in Oakland by offering a $25,000 reward. And considers his efforts part of a collective crediting the Asian American community as a whole for standing up and speaking out in a long in a way since haven't seen in a long time, and it's good to see more Asians being more productive and actually stepping in and trying to fix things. And yeah, some people think yeah, Asians aren't doing much, but aren't protesting much, but yeah, we are. Daniel Dae Kim will be the lead actor for the first time in the second season of the National Geographic's The Hot Zone Anthrax special to premiere on November 28th this year, next month. And and also it was not just reckless driving and not just a hate crime, but also attempted murder. Because yeah, people who get hit by cars by accident or on purpose, yeah, chances are some people could die. Yeah, some could survive, but they have to go to the hospital, and they have to get treatment, and yeah, it's very it's tough. And and we don't know the actual name of the guy, but yeah, I hope he's locked up and charged. Yeah, and for every other Asian woman he had endangered, because he deserves it. So please stand up for any Asian people who are being targeted physically, verbally, cyber, any three of them. Please report these crimes, because it could help. And report it to the local Asian support group, because they're more reliable than the police. And be supportive of any Asian people. Yeah, you don't know what they're going through, and if you supported black people, it's also time you supported Asian people as well. Don't go with that biased no lives matter until Black Lives Matter thing, because all people's lives matter. We are the human race. Everyone deserves to be treated equally, and no matter what their race is, and and it's just sad that people really know stuff about Asians, and yeah, only make a certain assumptions about us, and yeah, and as definitely as I mentioned, they people endorse Asian culture and yeah, celebrate Asian holidays like Chinese New Year or and Lunar New Year and other stuff, and and Harvest Festival, but they make fun of us and don't accept Asian people, and people should start doing that. So yeah, if you're going to endorse culture and celebrate their holiday, you should be accepting people of that culture as well. You know? And a lot of Asians are being targeted right now, and especially women and seniors, and this need to stop. Helps stop Asian hate crimes. I would really appreciate. We can really appreciate that if you were. Nice.